What's up, happy people? Isang mapagpalang araw, gabi, tanghali po sa ating lahat. For today's video mga kuis, mga gayas, ay prangkahan pong sinagot ni Ma'am Chi at Chinsa ang lahat ng mga isyo at prangkahan ding sinabi ni Ma'am Chi at Chinsa na kung hindi lang si Yormesco ang humiling sa kanya, ay dihin siya tatakbo ng pagka-Vice Mayor dyan sa City of Maynila. Yan po ang mapapanood natin sa video ito mga kuis, mga gayas. Please follow, like, and share, and subscribe naman kung bago naman po kayo sa aking YouTube channel. At please don't skip ads po para makakatulong din sa ating YouTube channel. Yan mga kuis, mga gayas. So without further ado, let's begin.
The other candidate that asked you to run with them?
Wala naman, Attorney Karen. Although I told Yorme this, that kung hindi siyang nagtanong sa akin para maging vice-alcalde niya, malamang hindi ako papayag. I'm not here for the position. I am here to support the man because I believe in him and I believe that in supporting Yorme, Isko Moreno, Dumagoso, I am supporting mga Manileños. So ang sinabi ko kay Yorme, kay Isko Moreno, na Dumagoso, na magdadasal muna ako, bigyan ako ng panahon para kausapin ng Panginoon. And he gave me that, and the Lord gave me all the signs that I asked from him. And
Look at Pagpalain kayo ng buong may kapal. Manila! God first!
and
Look at
So yun nga mga kuis, mga guys. This video is credit to Vilyonaryo News Channel. So dito nga mga kuis, mga guys, mapapanood natin sa ating dalawang tainga na napakalinaw kung bakit tumakbo si Ma'am Chi at Chinsa. Kung hindi lang kay Yormesco Moreno, wala siya sa kanyang posisyon ngayon. Kaya nagpapasalamat din siya sa Panginoon dahil binigyan siya ng isang sign na dapat talaga siyang tumakbo sa City of Manila dahil kailangan po talaga siya mga kuis magayas. Kaya ito na. Basta alam naman po natin, basta kung sino ang katandim ni Yormesco Moreno ay siyang mananalo. At hindi lang yan, kundi kung mabuti kang tao ay talagang mananalo ka talaga. Alam niyo naman si Yormesco Moreno na hidihin siya kukuha ng mga katandim na hindi sang-ayon sa kanyang gusto. Mga kuis magayas, so yan, pumapanood natin sa video ito.
God first!
much younger than me. During that time, I was 18 and she was 14.
Oh, wow.
So parang ate niya ako doon, attorney.
Okay, next picture.
Manila City Hall.
Well, Manila. The beautiful Manila. Where everything happens and maraming natutulungan na tao ang City Hall.
So this is the Manila City Hall. Do you see yourself working there?
To be honest with you, I will not be doing this fight. I will not be in this fight if I do not see myself working there. But I lived my life having this building as my second home. Dahil nung simula nang pinanganak ako, Attorney Karen, my dad has always been a public servant and he was a vice mayor for 6 years, which is 2 terms, and the mayor for 3 terms. So parang naging bahay namin, bahay ko ang City Hall dahil doon ako pumupunta palagi pagkatapos kong mag-aral.
So overall, like about 30 years, is that correct? Or, oh no, it's only 63 years. Right?
Yes,
So,
yes. So 6
about-
years vice mayor, 9 years mayor, and then he became a congressman after that.
Oh,
So
okay.
iba na, hindi na City Hall.
Was your father the first person to enter into politics among the Atienza family?
Well, in my family, yes, but actually my lolo, Hermenegildo Atienza, was a mayor before. So it's a lineage. Pero sa aming pamilya, yes, it was my father who ran. Pero before that, kasi public servant na rin siya. He served as the general manager of NHA and there.
And how many of your siblings are also in politics?
Right now,
I guess overall, like they've been in the past.
Oh, well,
because
in the-
I think Kim Atienza also
yes,
was in politics
yes.
for a while.
So it was my dad, and then my brother, si Kim, and then Ali, but in different terms, different years, different administrations. My sister, Maile, there.
Would you know why your Kuya Kim decided not to continue in politics and just concentrate on hosting?
Alam mo, kasi he was the first top-notch councilor in District 5 for 9 years. So 3 terms yon. And then he decided to run for congressman after that, and then he lost. The thing with my brother, si Kuya Kim, when he puts his heart into something, buong buo. So I think nasaktan siya nung natalo siya. And then he asked the Lord, and I was there when he did that, to be guided kung saan man siyang path pupunta. And he was guided towards the entertainment industry, and he enjoys it, and does not want to leave the entertainment industry kasi masaya na siya doon. So I think it's all about the journey and the, well, mission of the Lord for us.
Recently, your Kuya Kim's daughter, Eman, also became viral because of a TikTok video about the restaurant bill. What is your position on that issue?
Well, you know, kasi si Eman is very, well, liberal. And I would like to respect her opinion. And I think, wag na nating palakihin to dahil kawawa naman yung bata. Minsan rin kasi pag sa social media, hindi natin
Tama.
na-filter mga bagay-bagay. So maybe, you know, hindi naman yun ang, I don't think yun ang intention niya behind it. In fact, I think nagloloko lang siya nun. Quote ng mali. Para sa akin, bata si Eman. And, you know, let's just
And in your family, because your father was in politics for a long time, and even your grandfather, were you used to that growing up, like being subject to criticisms or having to face criticisms?
Oh, definitely, definitely. But if there's anything that my father's taught me growing up, that is to live my life for the Lord. So even if I lived on a fishbowl, kahit papaano, hindi naman masama ang nakita sa akin doon sa loob ng fishbowl. Dahil ako'y namuhay para sa Panginoon, and I tried to do my best as his daughter to make the most out of the opportunity of being the daughter of one of the best vice mayor and best mayor of Manila. So mahirap to actually na makita lahat ng tao yung gagawin mo. Pero I felt growing up that it was my responsibility to be a model. So I was very aware, actually, when I was growing up, Attorney Karen. And I felt like people were watching me, kids were watching me. So I had to show them how it's like to live a life that is anchored on my faith and sa Panginoon.
What about Ali? Is Ali still in politics, or does he have plans to remain in politics?
So, matatandaan po natin, si Sir Ali Atienza, di ba, yan yung rumor o ugong-ugong noon na running mate ni Yorme Isko Moreno, pero talagang sumangguni muna siya sa Panginoon kung karapat-dapat ba siya o bigyan siya ng sign, pero hindi eh. Kaya si Ma'am Che po talagang karapat-dapat.
Right now, he is not. He is with Department of Agriculture, helping sa Kadiwa program ng ating mahal na Pangulo. And I'm not sure if he has plans to run again, but definitely not in this election.
Let's talk about you as a person. You were also a hands-on mom for several years. What made you decide to finally enter politics?
It was a process for me. Kasi hands-on mom ako, I had to let go of everything that I was doing for around 12 years just to make sure that my kids are, you know, guided well. Pero dinala ko ng Panginoon sa telebisyon bilang isang broadcast journalist. And I think this whole process, kasi 6 na taon ako, Attorney Karen, as a broadcast journalist, the whole process and mga nakita ko in that profession catapulted to my decision to run, because I feel like I was prepared by the Lord through everything that I've been through during the time when naging broadcast journalist ako to the present season of my life.
What would you say is something that you plan to bring to Manila that has not been done before, either by your father, your grandfather, or any of the past mayors of Manila?
Alam mo, sa broadcast journalist, isang nakita ko kasi, ang kawalan ng pag-asa ng mga tao, mga Pilipino, mga Manilenyo, nagmumula yan dahil hindi sila marunong tumayo sa kanilang mga paa. And bilang direktora ng kababaihan ng Maynila, because I am now the director of the organization that my parents built 40 years ago, ang nakatulong sa maraming mga Manilenyo, mga kababaihan, ay ang livelihood. So yan ang hiningi ko kay Yorme, kay Isko Moreno Dumagoso, na ang sinabi ko sa kanya, I will run with you, I will be your vice mayor, I will fight for you, but there is one request that I would like to ask, and that is livelihood program for all. Madaling magbigay ng livelihood, magbigay ng pera sa mga tao. Pero ang training, ang pagbabantay sa bawat livelihood na ibibigay mo, yan po ang tingin ko na wala pa ngayon na kaya ko. Dahil for 40 years, ang kababayan ng Maynila na buhay, kahit na may posisyon, walang posisyon, tuloy-tuloy lang to. Kasi yun ang tinuro namin sa aming mga miyembro. And we also believe in the value of cooperatives. Na ang feeling ko, sa Manila, yan ang kaya kong I can bring that on the table na wala pa ngayon na ginagawa. Maraming nagbibigay ng livelihood packages or ayuda, pero para turuan sila kung paano alagaan ito, paano palaguin ito, paano sila makakatayo sa kanilang mga paa, nalalagyan natin ng kaakibat na spiritual guide. Kasi naniniwala ako, we pray and we work. And I would like to teach every Manilenyo na pagka kami nagbigay ng isang bagay, gagabayan namin kayo na palaguin ito, pero papapasukin din natin ang Panginoon sa inyong buhay, sa inyong mga desisyon, sa inyong matututunan. Para pagkatapos namin ituro ito sa inyo, bahala na ang Panginoon na magpalago nito kasama ninyo. Yan ang wala pa.
Yeah.
Alam ko kaya kong gawin yun.
What about others who would comment that there's a separation of church and state under our constitution?
Well, I agree with you, but then again, I am not talking about the legislation. I am talking about this. I'm talking about training Manileños to work and to pray. So I am not pushing them for any religion. I'm not pushing them for any
So they can
belief.
pray to any
No, I'm not talking
God
about,
that they-
it's more on putting a deeper meaning on what I am trying to teach them. Because I believe that if yung isang tao turuan natin na mag-livelihood, dapat turuan din natin sila na magdasal sa Panginoon or kung sino man, kung si Allah, okay lang. Dahil I'm also firm, well, I support the Muslim community too. But for me, spirituality plays a big role in whatever it is that I would like to offer them, because kung ako magbibigay ng isang bagay, alam ko ang Panginoon siya na ang magpapalago nito.
Was there any other candidate that asked you to run with them?
Wala naman, Attorney Karen. Although I told Yorme this, that kung hindi siya ang nagtanong sa akin para maging vice-alkalde niya, malamang hindi ako papayag. I'm not here.
Okay, klarong-klaro yun ha. Kung hindi lang kay Yorme Isko Moreno, kung hindi lang si Yorme Isko Moreno yung nag-invite sa kanya na tumakbo bilang isang running mate dyan sa City of Manila bilang isang vice mayor, hence tatakbo si Ma'am Che Atienza. So, klarong-klaro. So, ibig sabihin yan, napakalaki ang tiwala ni Ma'am Che Atienza kay Yorme Isko Moreno dahil totoong tao si Yorme Isko Moreno at nakikita niya kung ano ang kakayahan ni Yorme Isko Moreno bilang isang ama ng isang city, mga kois, mga guys, no? At yun din ang nakikita natin. Kaya ngayon, mula noon hanggang ngayon, sumusuporta tayo kay Yorme Isko Moreno dahil nakita natin yung tamang tao para sa City of Manila.
For the position. I am here to support the man because I believe in him, and I believe that in supporting Yorme Isko Moreno Dumagoso, I am supporting mga Manileños.
How did this tandem happen? We remember years ago, your father, Mayor Atienza o Lito Atienza, ran.
So dito, pinaliwanag talaga ni Ma'am Che, maliban sa pag-invite ni Yorme Isko Moreno sa kanya, ay talagang sumangguni muna siya, nananalangin, nagpaalam sa Poong May Kapal na kung papayagan siya nito na bilang isang vice mayor. So dito natin napaka-inspire na mensahe ni Ma'am Che Atienza, no? At totoo po talaga ito.
As the vice president of Manny Pacquiao, and right now you have Isko and you as a tandem. How did that get formed?
What do you mean? Okay.
How did that idea come about for you to be the vice mayor?
No, I think it's providential. It's providential. Umiikot lang ako sa Manila. And ever since na ang Buhay Party List has been there, because I've been heavily helping my dad behind the scenes, nalaman ko yung problema ng mga Manileños. So ikot lang ako ng ikot, inaalam ko mga problema nila as much as possible kung kaya kong solusyonan dahil yung trabaho ko rin naman is national government. So marami ako nagiging kaibigan doon. Tumutulong ako. Pero nung napansin ni Yorme yata ito na medyo aktibo ako sa Maynila, nakita niya ako bilang kanyang tandem. Akala ko una, ang aking kapatid si Ali Atienza will be running as his vice mayor. And behind the scenes, I was actually guiding, helping my brother kasi matagal na akong umiikot at hindi ako natigil umikot sa Maynila, even during the pandemic. Kasi nga as a director of kababayan ng Maynila, nagtuturo kami ng Livelihood for All. And habang nagtuturo kami, inaalam ko yung kwento ng bawat barangay. So all along, I thought si Ali ang tatakbo. But then, he prayed to the Lord and asked the Lord for a sign if he was the one meant to be with Yorme. And mukhang yung sign na hiningi niya, ibinigay na hindi siya ang running mate.
Oh, di ba? Dito mo makita yung napaka-religious talaga ng family Atienza mga kois, no? So, di ba, nakaraan, ugong-ugong, rumor na si Sir Ali Atienza yung kukunin katandim ni Yorme Isko Moreno, ngunit ay sumangguni muna nito sa Panginoon at mukhang hindi yata nakuha niya o ang tamang sagot ng Panginoon na sign na para tatakbo siya. So, give up lang po siya. Tapos, ito na po ay talagang si Ma'am Che po talaga, mga kois. No? Kita mo, galing ng Panginoon.
So, nung tinurn down na niya at sinabi niya, susuporta na lang ako sa'yo behind the scenes, sinabi ni Yorme, tinanong ni Yorme kung pwedeng ako ang tumakbo. Hindi ako pumayag kaagad dahil naniniwala ako na kailangan i-angkla ko sa Panginoon ang mga desisyon ko. So, ang sinabi ko kay Yorme, kay Isko Moreno, na Dumagoso, na magdadasal muna ako, bigyan ako ng panahon para kausapin ng Panginoon. And he gave me that. And the Lord gave me all the signs that I asked from Him. And looking back, I realized it's my destiny to be where I am at this point.
What sign was that, if you can share with us?
It's a long story, but to cut things short, during the time when I was asking the Lord to guide me, my spiritual mentor, Monsignor Mel David, called and gave me a passage about Jeremiah's calling. Sinisip ko, ang lahat naman ng mga pare, alam nila yung mga sinasabing verse palagi. So sabi ko sa Panginoon, gusto ko mas klaro, kailangan malaman ko ikaw ang nagbigay ng sign na to sa akin. Nagbukas po ako ng Biblia, kasi lagi ako nagbubukas ng Biblia. 5 beses pumunta sa parehong pahina, nakatingin ako sa kaliwa. 5 beses bumukas, sabi ko, wala dito ang mensahe mo para sa akin. Napatingin ako sa kanan, nandun pala, parehong verse mula kay Monsi. Sinabi ko sa Panginoon, kailangan mas klaro, kasi baka namang ibang posisyon ang gusto mong itakbuhin ko. Biglaan na lang nung sinabi ko yon sa kanya, may nag-message sa akin sa aking Facebook page na some netizen na hindi ko po kilala. At sinabi niya, sana tumakbo ka bilang vice alkalde kasi gusto kitang iboto at mula ako sa distrito sa East. And then, hindi pa po tapos yun, Attorney Karen. Dahil sinabi ko sa Panginoon, makikipaglaban lang ako kung talagang alam ko ikaw ang nagsabing gawin ko to. Nakakita ako ng senyales, pero kailangan bigyan mo pa akong ng karagdagang senyales. Bigla na lang may nagpadala na naman sa akin na netizen na disobedience will curse you for the rest of your life. And so with that, Attorney Karen, I had to tell the Lord, I have been an open heart and my life has always been His. So with all the promptings that He has given me, I felt like I was being commissioned to do this job, to be in this, to be where I am at this point.
Very touching story. And how
So, yun nga mga kois, mga gaya. So, grabe, napaka-inspired na yung story ni Ma'am Che Atienza na hindi basta-basta po na agad-agad na pumayag po si Ma'am Che Atienza, but course ay sumangguni muna nito sa Panginoon kung ibibigay ba yung kahilingan ni Yorme Isko Moreno o yung kahilingan din niya sa Panginoon na kumbaga license o patnubay ng Panginoon kung karapat-dapat ba siya. Well, destiny talaga yan ni Ma'am Che. Palakpakan po. Sana po, tulungan po natin si Ma'am Che na may panalo po natin dahil alam nyo na po mga kuys, mga gayas, napakalaking halaga o kaimportante si Ma'am Che dyan sa City Council mga kuys, mga guys, dahil nga sa next video, yun pong mapapanood natin kung ano yung dapat na ibalik sa nakaraan o baguhin dahil sa panahon ni Yorme Isko Moreno. Okay na yun eh. So, pag upo ni Ate Lacuna, biglang binago. So, ngayon, dyan na papasok si Ma'am Che para ibalik kung ano yung nasimula ni Yorme Isko Moreno. So, ganun po karapat-dapat na importante na kailangang mananalo si Ma'am Che at Chensa. Huwag po tayong magpatinag sa kanilang mga pira sa kabila dahil alam po natin pira talaga yung ipapalaganap nila para po sila ay mananalo mga kuys, mga gaya. So, tignan po natin kung sino yung karapat-dapat para din sa atin yan, para sa ating mga anak o mga nanay, lula at lulo, ang kapakanan kung sakaling mananalo yung taong ibubuto nyo. Kaya, be smart, be vigilant, at kilitasin po natin kung sino yung karapat-dapat na maging mamumuno dyan sa City of Manila. At wala pong iba, Isko Che lang po. Okay? Paki-komento ng iyong mga opinion at reaction sa comment section ng ating video. At abangan po, next video ay ano po ang unang gagawin ni Ma'am Che at Chensa at ni Yorme Isko Moreno kung sila na po ay nakaupo dyan sa City of Manila. Yan po ang abangan nyo. Siguro, basta by how many hours lang, i-upload po natin mga koys, mga guys. No? So for now, I'm Gan Manila. God first. God bless all. Peace. Bye-bye.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings.